Amorden, the youngest son of the Nasa family, had reached an age where he was eager to learn and explore the world around him. Driving lessons were on the horizon, and his older brother, Kaisar, had taken on the task of teaching him the art of chariot driving. One sunny morning, Amorden and Kaisar set out to an open field where the expanse allowed for plenty of space for learning. Amorden's excitement was palpable, and he eagerly hopped into the chariot, ready for his first lesson. As Kaisar began to explain the basics, a gust of wind swept through the field, causing the sand to swirl and dance around them. Amidst the whirlwind, a majestic figure emerged, landing gracefully on the ground. It was Horus, the falcon god, his eyes sparkling with mischief and humor. "Greetings, young Amorden," Horus declared with a mischievous grin. "I am Horus, the god of the sky and protector of Egypt's pharaohs. I heard you were taking your first chariot lesson, and I couldn't resist joining in on the fun." Amorden's eyes widened with awe and surprise as he looked upon the divine falcon god. He had heard of the mighty Horus and his bravery in battles, but he had never imagined he would meet him in such a light-hearted setting. Kaisar, with a mix of surprise and amusement, greeted Horus with respect. "It's an honor to have you here, Lord Horus." "We are indeed taking Amorden's first driving lesson." Horus grinned, his eyes twinkling with humor. "Well then, count me in." "I've always wanted to give chariot driving a try." With a wave of his wing, Horus conjured a grand chariot, one that gleamed with golden accents and sparkled with celestial enchantment. Amorden's eyes widened with wonder as he saw the divine vehicle before him. "Step aside, young Amorden," Horus playfully nudged. "Let's see how the falcon god handles the reins." As Amorden and Kaisar stepped back, Horus took the driver's seat, his wings flapping with excitement. With a confident nod, he took the reins in his hands and prepared for his grand chariot ride. However, as Horus spurred the horses forward, the chariot lurched and veered off course, sending sand flying in all directions. Amorden and Kaisar burst into laughter at the sight of the divine god struggling to control the chariot. "Maybe it's not as easy as it looks," Horus admitted with a good-natured chuckle. "I suppose flying is more in my element?" Amorden couldn't help but giggle at the sight of the mighty Horus having a bit of trouble with chariot driving. It was a delightful and unexpected moment that brought joy and levity to their day. With a flourish of his wings, Horus returned the chariot to its original form and perched on the chariot's edge, his eyes twinkling with mirth. "All right, Amorden, it's your turn now. Show me what you've learned." With renewed determination, Amorden climbed back into the chariot, his heart filled with both excitement and a sense of camaraderie with the divine god. Under Kaisar's patient guidance, and with Horus offering light-hearted encouragement, Amorden's chariot driving skills began to take shape. As they spent the day in the field, Amorden grew more confident with each turn and maneuver. With the divine falcon god by his side, the driving lesson turned into a memorable and laughter-filled adventure. As the day wore on, Amorden's driving skills improved under Kaisar's patient guidance. The once awkward turns and bumpy rides became smoother and more controlled. Horus watched with amusement and pride as he observed Amorden's progress. "Looking good, young Amorden," Horus called out, perched on a nearby tree branch. "But let's see if you can handle a bit of a challenge." With mischievous glee, Horus conjured a series of magical hoops that floated in the air, forming an obstacle course for the chariot. "Time to put those skills to the test." Amorden's eyes widened in both excitement and nervousness. With determination, he steered the chariot towards the first hoop. As the chariot approached, Horus playfully flapped his wings, causing a gust of wind that lifted the chariot higher than expected. Amorden's eyes widened in surprise as the chariot soared through the hoop, flipping over in midair. Wow! Immorden exclaimed as the chariot momentarily spun upside down. Kaisar's heart leaped into his throat, but before he could react, Horus gracefully swooped down, catching the chariot with his wings and safely setting it back on the ground. Immorden's heart was racing from the exhilarating experience, but he couldn't help but laugh at the unexpected twist. "That was amazing!" he exclaimed, his eyes shining with a mix of awe and excitement. "Can we do it again?" Horus chuckled, clearly enjoying the young boy's enthusiasm. "Sure thing. Let's give it another go." The chariot course turned into a whimsical playground as Horus continued to add playful challenges. Each time, Immorden's driving skills improved, and with each successful maneuver, the bond between the boy and the god grew stronger. But then, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, Horus conjured one final, more challenging hoop. It was higher and narrower than the others, and Immorden hesitated for a moment. "I'm not sure if I can do this," Immorden said, looking up at the daunting hoop. Horus landed next to him, his eyes filled with admiration. "You've come so far, Immorden. I believe in you." Immorden took a deep breath, summoning his courage. He urged the horses forward, their hooves pounding against the ground as they approached the final hoop. With a surge of determination, Immorden guided the chariot upwards, aiming for the narrow gap. But as they neared the hoop, the chariot veered off course, and Immorden's heart sank as he realized they were going to crash. In a split second, he made a decision. He would sacrifice himself to protect Horus and Kaisar. Without hesitation, Immorden leaped from the chariot, rolling to safety just before it collided with the ground. The impact was jarring, and the chariot flipped over, causing sand to swirl in every direction. Horus rushed to Immorden's side, concern etched on his face. "Are you all right, young one?" Immorden nodded, a bit shaken but relieved that he was safe. "I'm fine, Horus. That was a bit of a wild ride, huh?" Horus smiled warmly at Immorden's resilience. "Indeed, you are quite the daring one. But your willingness to protect others is commendable." Kaisar, who had also leaped to safety, approached his brother with worry. "Immorden, you could have been hurt. You shouldn't have risked yourself like that." Immorden looked at his brother with determination in his eyes. "Horus, I couldn't bear the thought of anything happening to you or Kaisar. I would do anything to protect my family." Horus was touched by Immorden's selflessness and bravery. "You have a heart as big as the sun, young Immorden. Your willingness to sacrifice yourself for others is a trait worthy of a true protector." With those words, Horus placed a gentle hand on Immorden's shoulder, and a warm glow enveloped the young boy. Immorden felt a surge of power and energy coursing through him, and he realized that Horus was bestowing his divine powers upon him. "You, Immorden, are now a keeper of my divine gift," Horus declared. "May you use it to protect and bring joy to those around you, just as you have done today." Immorden's heart swelled with gratitude and joy. He now possessed the powers of the mighty falcon god, a symbol of his courage and compassion. From that day forth, Immorden's adventures as a member of the Nasa family and a Pharaoh's protector were filled with even greater moments of laughter, bravery, and unity. With Horus's powers, he brought joy and protection to those in need, always remembering the humorous encounter that had led to this divine gift. As the Nasa family continued to safeguard Egypt and protect others with the help of the gods, they cherished the memory of their amusing and heartwarming encounter with the falcon god. And amidst their adventures, the bond between the family and gods grew stronger, a testament to the power of love, bravery, and the willingness to make light of even the most divine of moments.